Hello everyone. Let's start to discuss question answers of lesson number 5, separation of substances. So question number 1, why do we need to separate different components of a mixture? And then here you have to write two examples of that. Okay, so here you have to write why we are using the separation methods. Okay, so we need to separate different components of a mixture to separate the useful components from the non-useful or some harmful components. Okay, so as we know that the mixture is maybe of useful plus non-useful components, so in that case we have to separate out that, and that's why we are using some separation methods. Then here you have to write two examples. So first one, tea leaves are separated from tea and the pebbles are separated from rice and pulse. Understood question number 1? Yes, you can write your own examples. No need to write the answers from means as it is. Question number 2, what is winnowing? Where is it used? So here you have to write the definition of winnowing. So winnowing is the process of separating heavier and lighter components of a mixture by wind or by blowing air. It's called winnowing. Correct? And this method is used by farmers to separate lighter husk particles from heavier seeds of grain. So here you can write the other examples, like at home also we can use the winnowing process. Okay, then question number 3, how will you separate husk or dirt particles from a given sample of pulses before cooking? So as I have told now that we can use at home that winnowing process. So see, husk or dirt particles can be separated by winnowing method. So here we are, this method we use to separate the heavier and lighter components of a mixture by wind or by blowing air. Correct? So first here you have to write the definition of winnowing and then you have to write the process. So in this method the mixture of husk and the seeds of grain are taken in a plate and are made to fall down from a height up to our shoulders. Correct? As the mixture falls down, lighter husk is taken away by blowing air and the heavier grain seeds fall down to make a heap. Understood? So question number 3. Yes. Now question number 4. What is sieving? Where can it be used? Here write the definition of sieving. So the process of separating fine particles from the larger particles by using sieve. So this word is important while writing the definition of sieving. Understood? Then this method is used in a flour mill where impurities like husk and stones are removed from wheat before grinding it. This method is also used at our homes where fine flour particles are separated from bigger impurities by using a sieve. Here you can add the construction point also. Okay, at the construction site also we are using the sieving method. Then question number 5, how will you separate sand and water from the mixture? So I have written two answers, okay, means two methods. Among that you can write any, or if possible write the both. First I have written about sedimentation and decantation, and the second one I have written about filtration. Means both the processes we can use to separate out sand and water. So in sedimentation and decantation we are adding the sand, means the sand and water mixture, we allow that to settle down. Okay, sand is settled down, and with the help of decantation process we will separate out the upper part, okay, that is water. And in filtration, with the help of filter paper, okay, so sand particles are larger in size, so that are retained by the filter paper and the water is separate out. Understood the both processes? Yes. Then question number 6, is it possible to separate sugar mixed with wheat flour? If yes, how will you do it? Yes, we can separate out the sugar from wheat. So here check the size of particles. Size of sugar particles and size of wheat particles, means wheat flour particles. So sugar can be separated from the wheat flour by sieving process, correct? Sugar particles being larger in size are retained by sieve, whereas wheat flour will pass through it. So here separation of sugar and wheat flour. Then question number 7. How would you obtain clear water from a sample of muddy water? Now revise all the things, check the videos, which separation method we can use. Yes, we can use filtration. Okay, we can obtain clear water from a sample of muddy water by the process of filtration. Understood? So in this method we are using a filter paper which is fixed in funnel. Then pour the mixture on the filter paper. The mud is remaining on that filter paper and clear water will pass through it. Okay. So you can write that answer in your own words. Next question number 8, that is fill in the blanks. First, the method of separating seeds of paddy from its stalk is called. Now here you are beating, okay, from stalks you are separating the grains. So which method? Yes, so the answer is threshing. Okay, first one answer is threshing. Next, when milk cooled after boiling is poured onto a piece of cloth, the cream, that is malai, is left behind on it. This process of separating cream from milk is an example of. Now tell me, milk is a liquid, cream is in solid form. So here we are separating the solid from liquid. So which method? Just check. A piece of cloth, that is same as filter paper. So which separation method? Very good. The filtration process. Understood? Yes. Next, salt is obtained from seawater by the process of, I have told you in video. Yes, so the answer is evaporation. Okay, with the help of evaporation, we are separating the salt from sea water. And the last one, impurities settled at the bottom when muddy water was kept overnight in a bucket. The clear water was then poured off from the top. The process of separation used in this example is called both. We are using both methods, that are sedimentation and decantation. Okay. So I have written the answers here. First one threshing, then filtration, C1 evaporation, and the fourth one sedimentation and decantation. Understood the fill in the blanks? Now question number 9, true or false. Okay, so first we will discuss and then we will check the answers. So first is that a mixture of milk and water can be separated by filtration. Is it correct? Both milk and water are liquid in forms. Can we separate it by filtration? No, so the answer is false. Very good. Next one, a mixture of powdered salt and sugar can be separated by the process of winnowing. Can we separate out salt and sugar by winnowing process? No. So that answer is false. Next one, separation of sugar from tea can be done with filtration. Can we do that? Sugar from tea can be separated out? No. So C1 answer is false. And the last one, grain and husk can be separated with the process of decantation. Is it correct? No. So all the answers are false. Okay. So here I have written the answers and the explanation. Just read that. First answer is false, as the filtration we are using to separate the solid from liquid. Okay. Second one false, because winnowing we are using to separate out the lighter and heavier particles. C1 is also false because we cannot separate out that particles, that dissolved particles, by filtration. And the last one is also false because decantation, when we are using, when the sediment is there, okay, we are separating the solid from the liquid. So all the answers are false. Understood? Then question number 10. Lemonade is prepared by mixing lemon juice and sugar in water. Okay, lemon juice. You wish to add ice to cool it. Should you add ice to the lemonade before or after dissolving sugar? In which case would it be possible to dissolve more sugar? Okay, here that saturated, unsaturated, that things are there. So see the answers. We should add ice to the lemonade after dissolving sugar. Okay, okay. It is possible to dissolve more sugar before adding ice because as the temperature is decreased, the dissolving power of water is also decreased. Means we have seen that the saturated we are converted into unsaturated by heating. But here we are adding ice, means the cooling temperature is there. And in that there is decreases, means that power is decreases due to cool temperature. Understood? Question number 10. So here we have completed our exercise. I hope that you have written all the answers properly, okay, in good handwriting. So check all the answers, okay. Still stay home, stay safe, and thank you.